What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome to All for One Gaming channel. We're going to be doing mobile gaming mostly, but for today we are going to be doing a beginner's guide on 7 deadly sins. Today's episode 1 is regarding the user interface, all the icons, the screen basically, and teaching. This is not for advanced players. You might pick up one or two tips that you didn't know. If there is things that I'd missed, please leave it in the comments below. Except for Oren, he's not allowed to comment at all. Then, starting right at the bottom of the screen, we've got your menu button. There's 8 options over here. Item storage, this is all the items that you will be finding along your journey in this game. Um, there is everything from your tickets to your keys, the equipment that you'll be getting, and then the chalices and books and all that stuff will be described. But yeah, everything that you collect in the game you can find over here. Your friends list, so all the people that you'll be adding. If you play games, you should know what that is. Replay story, so any chapter, side story, or main quest, or that you have completed in the game, you can replay again. And this is an easy way to find it. Although there is actually a better way to go and find things, which we'll discuss a bit later. Um, but yeah, if you ever want to replay a story mode that you enjoyed, this is the easiest way to find it, except for if you want something specific. This is the easiest way to do it if you want to find a specific part of the story. Stamp box. Beginners, players, learn this. Find out. I'm still a beginner, medium, advanced. I'm in the middle. But stamp box. Learn what it is. Learn how to use it. This is very important for raids. You make a lot of people angry when you guys don't use this properly because people don't know what to do with raids. So this is it's an easy form of communication for people. Um, So yeah, go ahead, learn this. Settings, video, audio, blah blah, same old. Record in AR. Well, AR is augmented reality. You guys must give it a go. It actually looks pretty cool. I have tried it once or twice, but give give AR a shot. It's pretty cool. Player info. This is your gamer tag, your info, your rank, everything to do with your account. You can find your login settings, what emails you're using. This is where you can find it. Miscellaneous is the community forums. If you need to send a note to the developers, if you need to if you get a coupon code from somewhere, you can come and input it over here. Moving on to the shop icon. There are eight tabs here. It's your final boss. This was just newly added now with the Escanor update, which I still don't have. No comments. Then you get your final boss is like a big boss that everybody gets to take on. I'm still trying to learn about that, figure him out. Equipment drawer, you get one free daily, so always come and check in here daily. Um, it's like summoning a hero, just you're summoning equipment. Equipment is what you place on your heroes to enhance their strength and stats. Then you get your purchase bundle and purchase diamonds. They're the same thing as your in-app purchases. I would always recommend purchasing bundles. It's more value for money. You get more out of it. Don't just buy straight diamonds. If you do your first purchase, yes, it is possible. Excuse me. Then you get something extra out of it. You get like a double pack basically. But other than that, stick with the bundles. Sacred Treasure Shop. This is where you can attain items for diamond. Like you'll use diamonds to attain clothing items or weapons, which you can add onto your units. You can equip 5 clothing items or 5 weapons to a unit, which increases its stats. It's cosmetic, but it does give you extra stats. Then you get your coin shop. I'll go into this one because this one's pretty important. You get your platinum, gold, silver, and friendship. Your platinum, gold, and silver you get from when you summon dupe heroes. Platinum being the SSR unit, which is your top high rank, and then the R unit is your silver, which is your lower rank unit. And then SR is obviously your gold. UR is above platinum, but you don't summon those, you evolve them to that level. Um, you can use these coins to purchase these items over here. I wouldn't recommend it though. It's not worth it. I'd rather save the units unless there's a unit that you really want badly and were unlucky with getting maybe. But in essence, like you want to keep these for the ultimates because you use these coins to also upgrade ultimates. And it's not. Oh look, if you're a pay to win whale, by all means go for it. But in essence, like try and save these for the ultimates. Your gold ones, you can purchase a few items here if you really need to, but I'd recommend farming them instead. Then you can get also silver. This is the main one. Every day you get a free chest, so come in and collect your chest, your gold chest, which you will sell for gold. Then you get your stamina pots. We'll make another video later on what items do, which ones are important. But your main thing is this is where you're going to get your stamina pots from. You get a lot, as you can see, I've got 98. You get a lot of diamonds to do summons in this game, especially in the early game. So, but yeah, you use them for stamina pots. That's the main thing. You can use them for keys and stuff if you wanted to. There's two different types of keys, just an FYI, for two different dungeons. Um, and then your friendship points, which we also use just for stamina pots. So that's then your last one is your item shop. This is where you'll use diamonds to purchase everything in the coin shop, basically, all except for heroes. You can't purchase heroes, but like your stamina pots and your keys and so forth, you can purchase them using diamonds in the item shop. I have before I summoned so many units and had silver ones, I was using one diamond to fill up your stamina, but it's not worth it. Rather use your silver coins. For drawing, this is the current banner, that's Escanor. He's just been released. Everybody's up for him. I have attempted. I did not get it as of yet, but I'm coming for you. Um, then there's obviously the generic banners, or it's not really banners, but the generic categories of where you can pull units. Once a day, you get to come and do a free daily. You can do, I don't want to do it now because you have to watch an ad. Who likes watching ads, especially somebody else's? So, nah to that. Um, so that's your draws. You can do up to 10. You can do a 10 pull, which will give you an 11 pull, essentially one free pull. So I'd recommend that if you have the patience to save. Um, and the animations when summoning, some people actually have the ability to tell you what unit you're going to get. It's crazy. You guys need to go and do some other things with your life. um, then you get your quest tab. Well, I skipped. I'll go back to the Heroes tab now. You get your quest tab where you can see where you are in the story mode. You get up to 8 chapters currently. Number 8 just got released with Escanor. You only get them as you can see. I'm still busy with chapter 6. When you get to the next chapter, it will unlock. There is currently 8. The blue numbers you see, yeah, that is your side quests that are currently available. When you activate them, it'll tell you over here that you can go into them. Then this tells you your main. You get your daily quests, which you can do, doing your PvP, free stages, your dungeons, and then you get your achievements. This is where you can um, do kill 10 people, go into a dungeon this many times, collect this much gold, and this is where you'll get rewards for it. This game is very, very generous in terms of that. That's basically your quest tab. Then you get to your another thing with the quest tab is on the main thing, it'll tell you how far you are. You need to 5 heart, not star, 5 heart every single town. This unlocks more in the town. It allows you to purchase more higher rank things, open more areas on that part of the map in chapter 1. You'll see there's exclamation marks above quests that you're going to be doing there. Your blue exclamation marks are one and done quests. Your red one, like you can see this one over here, that one is for it's a repeated one. So that one you can do as many times as you like. Moving back to the Heroes tab. Also, if you get 100% in a town, you get 30 diamonds. So it is preferable to do it. In your Heroes tab, this is where you'll see all your heroes that you're going to be collecting. This is where you'll be able to make adjustments. You can also set your team. I'll show you now that in a bit. On the left over here, shows you what ranking or what level grade he is, what his stats currently are. Mine aren't the best, so just be gentle. This is your affinity. This is where you're going to make the person's affection. You'll give them meals. We're going to get to that in a bit as well. Or ale or presents to increase it. And then in essence, there are rewards. Some of them are skills, but mainly it's weapons that you'll get. And these weapons increase your stats, like I mentioned earlier. So you can give ale towards it, and then it'll increase his stats. Then you'll get, this is the skills he has. That's his unique ability. You can unlock each character's unique ability when you can reach 6,000 CC, which is their combined power. When you reach 16,000 power, then you'll be able to unlock the unique ability, which is like a passive. Then you get enhanced at the bottom, which you'll use potions to increase the level of the unit. Before you get limit break, you get evolve. Evolve is to take the character from level 40 to the next stage, which you can then take him to level 50. Then you'll evolve him again so that you can take him to level 60. Once you get to level 60, then you're going to start limit breaking. And then limit breaking happens every 5 levels. You can only go up to 75 currently with the current update patches that have been released. There is rumors that 80 will be coming out soon. Well, not rumors, but we know 80 is coming soon. Then you get Awaken. This is where you're going to increase the star level. This also increases the stats. It's very beneficial. Your ultimate move that you can, where I told you to keep those coins so that you can use it. As you can see, I have got one to increase his ultimate move. It allows it to do more damage. So it's beneficial to rather use it here, but it depends. If a unit is not meta, do not use it as yet, because you might find something in the shop that you might want later on. But you'll be able to play it by ear. Your equipment, this is where you can put equipment onto your units. Um, you'll put equipment onto them to increase the stats, and you can upgrade the equipment over here. We'll go into that much later on stage. And then closet. This is where you'll be able to equip them with different looks. You can equip, the weird thing is you can equip 5 things. You see the little green coat hanger, that means it's equipped. You must make sure there's 5 things that have got 5 equipped things to it, equipped green hangers to it. That way you will have all 5 stat increases that you can see that come with it. And that's same for the weapon and same for the cosmetics. So it's another way to increase your unit's power. That's basically it for the Heroes tab, except for the Set Team. Set Team, this is where you can set a team for which, when you go into your scenarios and your main story. You can also set your deathmatch one and your PvP one. As you can see, I pretty much use the same team in most of the places, although Arthur can be used in PvP as well. That's basically it for now for this section of the thing. Then we're going to go over to Tavern. When you click the Tavern button, no matter where you are in the game, if you click the Tavern button, it takes you straight into the Tavern. This is where you start off the game. This is your base. This is your safe haven, if you want to call it that. Then you get the decorations. Decorations are what you use to increase. You get buffs for your tavern, if you want to call it that. Like you can see, I've already increased the counter, so I get an extra ale every day. I think this is the primary, like the most important one of them all. But it changes. It's basically decorations for your tavern. They do give buffs, so I do recommend doing it, but they do cost diamonds. But do get the ale one, because you're only allowed to take out 3 a day. It's just for some of you that didn't know about that. You get 3 of these a day where you can take beer. If you get that increased one, you get 4. And in the long run, it costs 10 diamonds to do it, but in the long run, 4 adds up. An extra one adds up every day. I mean, over 10 days, it's 10 extra ones that you didn't have. And you use that to give to people to increase their affinity. So I really recommend doing that one. Then you get your salvage equipment. Salvaging your equipment, you're basically going to go to the end. Any equipment that you do not want to use, or that you don't want, or like the ranking is not right, you can just click it over here. Click salvage. You can do up to 12 items at a time, so it does take a bit of time if you've got a lot. If you are super successful, you'll get an awakening stone, but you will always get enhanced stones with it, which is these red things which you use to increase the level of your gear, which we'll get into at a later part in life. But then see these blue stones over here, that's your awakening stones. You also need those when you need to enhance your gear, but we'll get to that later on. Then moving over to King over here. King helps us with exchanging materials. So basically your chalices and your books and your enhanced potions and your awakening stones, they all come in different grades, like different star levels. So this is where if you need a 5-star one, this is where you'll be able to make a 5-star using 4 stars, but you need 6. So I don't know how they came up with the weird ass math that they did, but 6 of something gives you the next level. Doesn't matter which one of these things it is. If you need something, you click here, you need 6 of it. Except for when you go down. When you go down, then it just gives you 2, which is not fair trade. I would have thought it would have been 3, but okay. So that's how you can do that. You're going to be visiting a lodger for your chalices. Then after that, you've got cooking, as mentioned previously. Cooking is with Barn, and as you can see, I don't have much food. I've used most of it. But you're going to be cooking over here to gain buffs in battles. This is where this is the recipes you'll find. If you don't have recipes that like if you haven't cooked a specific meal, you'll see it's locked. Um, Basically, you're going to be wanting the two very important ones are your puddings. They give you a gold bonus. So in your boss battles and in your raid battles, you want to make sure you always eat these to give you an increased gold chance. And then in the Faisal PvP arena, there's a Faisal meal. It's chicken, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this gives you extra so that you can gain extra points from you when you win a PvP battle. These two are very important. The other ones also depends on what your team composition is and stuff to give you like a crit rate buff or whatever the case is. But those are the puddings and chicken meals, numero unos. Once you've done that, also just another thing, when you've got a recipe and you want to, you don't have to search through the list. If you click this blue button over here, it takes it to the preferred, so you can get it a lot easier. If you if you've got all the items and you don't have to go and select every single one like over here, then if you just select ingredient, it'll put everything out for you, and then you just click the cook a dish. And whenever you say cook a dish with the one of each item, it gives you at least three. And if you get it super successful, you can get up to five. Um, so this game's very rewarding in the fact that there is RNG, but it gives you will always get something. There's a good chance of getting something else greater out of it. Plus, you've always got a chance of getting something else, but we'll get to that. Um, when you get to with cooking, you get to register a recipe where you can come and collect gold every day. Well, not every day, it depends on which one you want. There are 5 items that you can choose. Not 5 items, 5 dishes that you can put into this section of it. Basically, this is like generating income over time. Depending on how often you play the game, as to which ones you'll choose, because each one has a time. So some like you can see over here, this has got 2 hours and 35. The other one's got 50 minutes. So some of them are like on an hour timer. Excuse me. Some of them are on like 3 hours timer. So depending on how often you play the game, if you log in once a day, then you choose one that'll be like a 12-hour timer because you'll get more money for it. But if you're gonna do log on every day, then it's better to have your hour one so that you can collect it every hour. Not every day, every hour, sorry. And then the more you cook those dishes, the higher the level, the more gold you will get. So I'd really recommend cooking those specific dishes. The dishes that you cook a lot, put in there. So your puddings, your faisal dishes, that sort of thing. Um, Moving on from that, you get your chat on the left over here, which is your world chat, your knighthood chat, aka guild, depending on like, and then you get your raid chat. Your raid chat isn't really active right now. Henceforth, stamps are very important. Basically, then above that is you get your this little controller, which is to link it to uh, your iOS store or your Google store to get achievements and stuff. Then you get your events over here. So this is all the events that are running. As you can see, it's very active at the moment. So come in, join the game. There's a lot of stuff to do. You won't be bored. Yes, there is grinding in this game, as it is with all gachas, but there's a lot of variety. And it's a quick links to all the events. This eye on the left over here, what this eye does is it takes everything away. So when you need to run around and move to places, there's nothing bothering your vision. On the top over there, it tells you your name. This gives you all the resources that you have, your gold, your stamina, and your diamonds. And then right in the center, I know you can't see it, but that's where your rank is, and that also takes you to your player info, which you can get through your menu button at the bottom. On the far right is a letter. This is where you receive everything from. Ooh, I got 14. We're gonna be doing a summon, boys. Um, we're gonna get Escanor now. Yeah, boy. Then basically this is gonna be where you'll receive all your notifications from the developers. If your friends use your unit, this is where you'll come and collect your friendship points. Very important, if you get invited to a raid and you don't accept it immediately, this is where you'll find the invite. Then just below the letter, this is where all the quests are active that you're currently doing. Yellow is for your main, green is for daily, and then purple is like your side quest that you get to do. Then just below that is your knighthood. Then with your knighthood, that's like your guild. You'll go to your guild hall, town. No, it's not really a town, it's a hall. Knighthood hall. That doesn't rhyme. Guild hall sounds better. But anyway, so you'll go there and you'll check in there. You must check in every day. That's like the requirement currently with the guild. There's also a guild boss battle that you can do and donations. Then you get the most important icon, the battle icon. I know you can't really see it, but it's in the bottom right of your screen. There's a battle icon. This is the shortcut to everything. This is like the holy grail of buttons in this game. There's a short event on the top that happens where you can get like 4 or 5 stages where you can find some, like sometimes with pendants, sometimes with chalices. It varies, but it's a small event that happens. This is fast traveling to your SP dungeons. That's where you'll be getting your potions, your books, your chalices. So it's a very quick way to travel to that instead of trying to find it on the map. Because I know like experienced players will be able to go there fairly simple because they'll know where it is. But I mean, as a beginner player, it's a bit confusing where on the map, which chapter, up, down, how do I find that? So this is where this is going to be helping you. This is where you'll find your special dungeons. Equipment. This is where I said if you went to your replays and you wanted to go to a specific story place to replay that story, I understand that. But if you are actually looking for a specific gear or equipment to put on a unit, this is where you'll come and then you'll tell it exactly what you want, and then it'll take you to that place specifically so that you don't have to try and figure out where is it. Boss battles, there's 6 of them. This is where you're going to be finding your raid battles. This is where you'll get your gold pudding to give you gold increase. As you can see, and this goes for everything in the game, I don't think I've mentioned it just yet, but there's a bar with everything. When it comes to summons, when it comes to boss battles, when it comes to enhancing gear, there's always a bar that increases when you don't succeed. So that at the end of the day, once you've used a certain thing a certain amount of times, you will get it. And I know there's like a 2% yeah, and you're like, ooh, but it climbs a lot faster. And I've never actually even gone to and I don't even think I've gone past 50%. And then I've got a raid demon already. But it's just to make sure that you will get it. Um, so basically, once you get your raids, then the final boss is like the big boss, like we've mentioned before, that everybody gets to take on. New thing with Escanor. And then your PvP. This is where you can also fast travel to your PvP so that you can go and fight against other players. It's not real time just yet. Oh no, wait, I lie. It is real time. um, but you can't. It's not real time, and you can't choose your heroes on the go. Like when you enter the battle to see what he's choosing, then you choose, then he chooses. It's you take your team, you chuck it straight into the fight. Um, then whatever happens, there's 2 different ways of it happening. One is with gear, one is without gear. So the one without gear I think is very good because a lot of people who are F2P, free to play, then you don't have to worry about I don't have money to do my gear and that guy spent so much money and yeah, it's literally person versus person. So if you are able to level your characters up, which is actually it's not that hard to do, get them up to the right level, comes down to if you've chosen the correct team. That's what it's about. So there's no pay to win on that side. So I think it's really good that the game went that way as well. That's the other 2 things at the bottom of this have not been unleashed. It'll be coming with future updates. So there's still even more content to come. And I mean, I've probably been talking for like 15, 20 minutes. And there's a lot of stuff, man. And I haven't even touched on any, like half of it. So this game's really big. And the fact that there's more coming, there's no boredom happening here. Going back to the tavern now, the very last button is your world button, bottom right, far bottom right. This is like the general button. This takes you to the map as you can see, and then you can go to wherever you need to find what you need to do. Um, but this is the harder way because especially when you're new to the game, you don't know where everything is. Like where do I find this equipment, or do I do I have to go to chapter 1 and find it, or do I go to chapter 3? Where's this? Where's that? So this is like the better way to do it. Like not the better way. This is the open way. But like I said, that battle button and the buttons that I've shown you, that's the faster, the easier way to get to places. That being said, that's basically everything, all the icons on the main screen for now. Let's just go over and do one quick draw and get Escanor quickly. As you can see with regards to that bar that I was talking about, you can't really see it, but right in the top of the screen, it shows you. Oh my goodness, we pushed the wrong thing. Now you can see it. See, I've already tried 4 times for him and I didn't get it. It went up by 80%. So now I've got one more chance and it'll take it up to 100%. So let's do this for the Escanor. Here we go. I wonder if this means I get him now, or do I still have to do one more after this? I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. A lot of people, like I said previously, they're able to tell from these animations as to whether or not we can, what unit you're going to be getting, and as to whether or not you actually beat the boss or not. See that part, so there's two parts. So there's one part where I won, and then here comes the second part to whether you full counters or not. And when it comes to me, I've got a bit of a superstition. It's called the 5 second rule. Yes, it did not work, Tyler, for the previous 4 ones, but let's just give it a go now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 second rule. Did we full counter? No, we did not. God damn, man, that's 5 in a row. Oh well, okay. Well, at least I know I get him on the next ball. There you go. Makes sense now. So I'm guaranteed a next SSR. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope this was some tips and advice that helped you guys out there. There will be more videos coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.